Good morning, friends. All right, so we're going to dive right into our lesson for the day. So, we change out our wardrobe every day. So, today we're going to put on our social studies hats. So, our standard for the day is SS3CGI, and it says to describe the elements of representative democracy, republic in the United States. And we're going to focus on describing the three branches of national government and to state the main responsibility of each branch. For our objective, we're going to use the I will be able to statement and say, by the end of this assignment, I will be able to name and describe the three branches of government.
This is our government, this is our government, this is where we live. Three parts of government: executive, judicial, legislative. The executive branch is the president. The executive branch is the president's qualification for presidency. 35 years of age at least. A natural born citizen born here must reside in the States for 14 years. Now the function of the president, chief of state, head of government, reside in the White House, commander-in-chief of our military, our house, greet leaders of other nations, help create treaties and other negotiations. 4-year term, only allowed to, can sign a bill into law and veto bills too. The president's veto can be overturned by 2/3 of the Senate and the House of Representatives. This is our government, this is our government, this is where we live. Three parts of government: executive, judicial, legislative. The legislative branch is made up of Congress, and they make the laws, regulate commerce, tax the people, borrow money, and declare the wars. The legislative branch has two parts: the Senate and the House of Representatives. Now the House of Representatives must live in the state they are representing, elected every 2 years to fill 435 seats. Must be a citizen for 7 years at least, 25 years of age. Number of reps depend on state's population. Now the Senate, at least 9 years, must be a citizen. Live in the state they are representing, must be at least 30. 6-year terms, every 2 years, elect 1/3. The vice president is the president of the Senate, 100 senators, 2 per state. The vice president is the president of the Senate, 100 senators, 2 per state. This is our government, this is our government, this is where we live. Three parts of government: executive, judicial, legislative. The judicial branch is made up of all courts. The highest court is the Supreme Court. It's on Congress to decide how many justices there should be. Now it's 9. The president chooses who will be the chief justices, and the Senate approves it. Once appointed justice, you are there till death or retirement. The Supreme Court is a guide for all courts in our country. Judicial review began in 1803. But that's not all. The Supreme Court has the final say in the law. This is our government, this is our government, this is where we live. Three parts of government: executive, judicial, legislative. This is our government, this is our government, this is where we live. Three parts of government: executive, judicial, legislative.
Okay, so for our next slide, we're going to talk about the executive branch. A way that I like to remember things is to look at the first letter of each branch. The first letter in executive branch is E. E is for enforce. This branch is responsible for enforcing and applying the laws that are passed by Congress. Inside of the executive branch, you can find the president, the vice president, and the president's cabinet members. The cabinet members are people that work close with the president and inside of the White House. Then we move on to the legislative branch. As we look at legislative branch, it starts with L. So L is for laws. This branch is responsible for drafting proposed laws, confirms or rejects presidential nominations for heads of federal agencies, federal judges, and the Supreme Court, and has the authority to declare war. And last but not least, we have the judicial branch. When we look at judicial branch, we see that it starts with the J, and J is for judges. This branch is responsible for interpreting the laws and is the most powerful of all the branches. So now we are going to have a little word search. At this point, you all can pause it so that way you can try and find the words on your own. But as you go along on the next slide, I will provide the answers for you, but really try to find them on your own before going on to the next slide. So now we are going to have a little. All right, so as our closing assignment, we're going to get creative. So we're going to make our own government tree. Your tree should have 3 branches, and each branch should have a sentence that describes what that branch of government does. It can say they carry out the laws, they enforce the laws, they make the laws, whatever you want to say. And your picture can be as creative as you want it to be. Use as many colors, any types of arts and crafts, like lines, shapes, all the things that you want to do. Just make it as creative as possible. And you're going to submit this on our class dojo page. And we're just going to add it and see all of our friends' creations at the end of the day. All right, friends. You all have a nice one, and don't forget to submit your assignments. Bye.